Well, hello everyone, ladies and gents. We are officially here for the Royal Rumble review, and it was a pretty interesting and fun show and a lot of shocking outcomes. But before we get into this whole review, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Remember to hit that notification bell because it helps out the channel a lot. And make sure to follow all of my other socials that I have. Okay, let's get into this 2025 Royal Rumble review. First, we start off with the Women's Royal Rumble, and to me, the first things I really liked in this Women's Royal Rumble match is the debuts and the returns. Like, we got Jordynne Grace, and now she's officially a WWE sign. She is finally with the WWE, and it was good to see her in this Rumble for the second time as being part of the WWE and getting to showcase herself again, and even carrying Piper Niven, getting a Death Valley driver on Piper Niven. That was crazy. Plus, too, getting to show all the NXT people, especially the girls. I'm so happy that it just wasn't one or two for the past couple years. It was actually multiple NXT women that got the showcase because they have the best women's division of all of wrestling. So for all of them to be able to get showcased in here was great. You know, we got Lash Legend, Jada Parker, we got Roxanne Perez, we also got Stephanie Archer, we even got our NXT Women's Champion Julia. All these women got to have great moments, and even like someone like Julia got to have a moment with Io Sky. I want to see that match someday. You know, Lash Legend getting in a showcase herself. She's a powerhouse. You know, Jada Parker being the next big star showcasing her. Stephanie Archer, one of the best women's wrestlers out there, getting in a showcase herself as well. So great to see all these NXT people getting a spotlight on the main roster. And also to Roxanne Perez. You know, Roxanne Perez being from number 3 and getting to last all the way to the final two. For me, that just screams that she's a future star. She is a future star that you all have to look out for. And also, I was right too. She was the Iron Woman of the match. She got the record for like an hour and 7 minutes and 42 seconds in the Women's Royal Rumble. I cannot be more happy as a big Roxanne Perez fan, but also seeing too that Roxanne Perez has a very bright future ahead of her when she's on the main roster. But overall, I'm happy that all these NXT women got to show out and showcase what made them so special, why they have a great women's division, and they all got to be part of this amazing Royal Rumble. And then we also too had the return of Charlotte Flair, and to me, I like Flair. I became a fan of hers for the past couple of years, and it's great to see her back after being out for like a year. Seeing her back in a ring, it's very great. Happy that Charlotte Flair is back. And then we also had the return of Alexa, and so many people were like back and forth. Oh, she's not returning. These reports say this, these reports say that. Take everything with a grain of salt. You don't fully believe everything. I personally believe that she was coming back, and I was right. Alexa Bliss came back with one of the most craziest pops ever. That was like that pop was crazy when she came out. The fans were going crazy. It was great to see her jacket that said like friend or fiend forever. It was so great. Lily looks like the doll got an update. It was just great seeing her back 2 years from the pay-per-view, the PLE that she first left out after she got pregnant. It was so amazing to see her back in a WWE ring. Trish Stratus, it was great to see Trish again, her being in the Rumble. It's great that there wasn't so many legends in here. It was more of a stacked rosters in here, but it was great to see a couple having a number 30, and some people were happy about it, some people were very upset about it, and it was Nikki Bella. And to me, I like Nikki Bella. I'm a fan of hers. When I was a kid growing up, it was either her or AJ Lee. Even though I like AJ Lee more, it's still great to see her back with all these other stacked women's roster. It was very good and great to see. Even though Becky Lynch wasn't in the Royal Rumble, it kind of sucked. But also too, I wonder what they're doing with Jade Cargill. I thought she was coming back. But either way, this women's Royal Rumble match, I feel like it had told two different stories. The first part was very great. Got to see everyone get showcased, like Io Sky, Roxanne, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jordynne Grace. Everyone got their moments to shine throughout this match and really got to showcase a good match. You know, and even with Chelsea Green having her cool, funny moment spots and everything. And even they're teasing something with like Ivy and Lyra, even though I feel like they could have did that better. It's whatever. You know, I feel like all this stuff, but everything leading up and them telling different stories, like potentially something with Liv Morgan and Alexa Bliss and all these other women throughout, all the way to number 1, all the way up to 29 when Nia Jax comes out. And that's where when Nia Jax comes out, it takes a complete knows that. Don't get me wrong. I love Nia Jax. I think she's been killing it. She's been amazing, and I'm not trying to slander her at all. I just kind of feel like they did a spot in the Royal Rumble match where Nia Jax comes out and she eliminated all the contenders of people that we actually thought were gonna win it. Eliminated like 6 or 7 women. Like, I think there was like Kel, Bianca, Naomi, Io Sky, Stephanie, Julia. Like, there was so many women that you thought could be Royal Rumble winners and just eliminated them all. And I get it. It was saving heat from potential from our winner Charlotte Flair in the Rumble and look at Nia Jax to look strong. I just didn't think it looked good because not everyone got eliminated. Like, some people just looked like, oh, I just give up and let go of the ropes. It just didn't look good. It looked like a mess, and it just didn't really land well. Like, WWE was probably hoping that spot would have landed, because to me it just didn't look good and just wasn't right. I feel like for someone like Bianca Belair or like Naomi or Io Sky could have had like an actual send-off or teasing some type of feud before they got tossed over the top rope. Like, they could have did something like with Bianca and Naomi, something with Raquel and Liv Morgan, instead of just having them randomly thrown off the top. And then we eventually get it. We get to our final 3, which we had Nia Jax, Roxanne Perez, and Charlotte Flair, and where Nia Jax ends up getting eliminated, and then you have Charlotte Flair and Roxanne. I was just kind of like, you could have had them doing something in the ring, and then instead of getting Roxanne immediately getting eliminated from Charlotte. At the same time too, I just feel like there was, even though that would be a crazy thing if they did it for a future big star like Roxanne to take out Charlotte Flair out of the Rumble, there was just no belief that Charlotte was going to end up losing to Roxanne Perez in the Rumble. And that's kind of like one of the other things we'll get into later. And that's kind of just another sucky part of it. But Charlotte Flair ends up winning the Royal Rumble after getting a big boot on Roxanne. Wins the Royal Rumble, becoming your first ever women's wrestler to win a women's Royal Rumble 2 times. That's Charlotte Flair on winning it. Even people may dislike or like her, I'm fine with it, even though, yeah, it was kind of predictable on how they booked it. We all knew she was coming back, and she was either going to win the Rumble or the Chamber, so I'm not mad at it. I understand some people maybe wanted a new star, like I had Io Sky winning it, but I'm not mad at it. And then, I think the real issue with this Women's Royal Rumble, it was, what could have made this thing better was, one, there was no real story built like the Men's Royal Rumble was. There was no tension between people building a great story between women. I feel like one of the biggest issues with this Women's Royal Rumble was that the lack of built story. I feel like no one was really built up in a great story between people, of like tension like we had with the Men's Royal Rumble, and how many different directions and stories we could have possibly had. I feel like that was one of the biggest issues with this Women's Royal Rumble. They didn't have that. And another issue too was in the Women's Royal Rumble is that I feel like there was some little teases of some feud that they could potentially do with women. But I feel like with the other issue too, with the Nia Jax spot, it kind of killed a whole bunch more of other women's WrestleMania event feuds we could have had leading for WrestleMania that could have happened in the Rumble. And it wasn't the best when they did that, but at the same time too, I thought it was still a good match, still enjoyed my time. I just feel like they could have did some things better. But overall, the Women's Royal Rumble match with your winner, Charlotte Flair, was still a lot of fun. Then we get into DIY Motor City Machine Guns and 2 out of 3 falls match for the WWE Tag Team titles. And to me, this match, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this match. Man, the crowd was just not into this match, which really sucks because you have 2 great teams of DIY and Motor City Machine Gun, which it shows on how badly they've been booking the tag team division, because it's the first time the tag titles have been defended since WrestleMania 40, which is crazy, by the way, that they have not been defended since WrestleMania 40. But at the same time too, I feel like out of all tag team divisions, was the SmackDown tag team division at least deserved from this, because there was a legitimate story between DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns to be at this match. But it sucks too, because WWE has booked it not well to make people care enough about the tag team. And before people say, oh, the crowd, it wasn't the crowd, no, it was the crowd, because we saw when moments you wanted to cheer for some moments you didn't. Like, you could hear someone cough in that arena, and you could hear it. It sucked too, because they were trying their hardest in that match, because to me, this match was the most great technical tag team great wrestling you could have. Something, a team like Motor City Machine Guns, great tag team moves, great tag team offense and all of that. And DIY hitting a clever first pin, you know, when they fake being a tag. Ciampa comes in, takes advantage and gets the first pin. And then Motor City Machine Guns looking like they're getting the advantage and taking over DIY, getting one pin. And it looks like they're about to get the second pin. And then here comes someone in a black hoodie. And then it ends up being Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits, taking over and basically what it looks like turning heel, attacking Motor City Machine Guns, taking them out and making DIY getting the win, beating Motor City Machine Guns a 2 out of 3 falls match and retaining the WWE Tag Team title, which I'm happy. DIY still Tag Team Champions. Oh, I'm so happy for that. But then it gets more interesting too, because then Street Profits ends up attacking DIY, and it makes sense on why they attacked both teams, because one, they knew that DIY were the ones that attacked them. At the same time, too, they don't want Motor City to beat them for the titles. They want to beat the one to take the titles off of them. And I think it'd be interesting. Are they tweeners? Are they still babyface? Are they a heel? I think they should just be fully heel. And it's going to be interesting to see where we go to WrestleMania, because I think that's going to end up being the WrestleMania match between all 3 teams, or maybe even more, some type of ladder match. But overall, though, I still really enjoyed the match. 2 great tag teams in the world battling it out for the tag titles in a great tag team wrestling match. But man, it just sucks to how the crowd was into it and how much better I think this match could have been. Overall, DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns, a 2 out of 3 falls match, was still a good match. Then we get into Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Championship in a ladder match. For me, this match was a good match. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. But this match from other ladder matches, them doing like the oohs and the ahs of like, ooh, is he gonna climb up? Is he gonna grab it? Testing each other's mental and physical. Because a lot of times they were like tearing off parts of ladders, hitting each other with it, taking ladders, throwing them at each other. They weren't using it just to climb on them. They were really like beating the living crap out of each other in this match. And they also hit some crazy spots in this ladder match, like a spot where Cody Rhodes throws over Kevin Owens over him, and he hits it like the top part in the inside of the ladder. It looked very gnarly, and it looked like it hurt a lot. Even get this spot too, when a ladder is down below, Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes on the top ladder. Kevin Owens hit that like suplex and ends up landing Cody onto another ladder. That looked gruesome, and they looked like they just both died. And then you have it where everyone's coming out. You have Sami Zayn coming out, which, why was Sami Zayn out? He didn't do nothing. He didn't help Kevin Owens. He didn't help Cody Rhodes. Why are you out here, Sami Zayn? That was one of the biggest plot points for this story, and you did nothing. But either way, then we get into where everyone else is trying to check up, seeing Kevin Owens is alright, Cody Rhodes is alright. You have Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens now on announce table, where Kevin Owens take Cody Rhodes, trying to hit this package pile driver on him. Cody Rhodes take it, puts him to the Alabama slam, slams him into the ladder. That looks so gnarly. It almost looked like Kevin Owens somehow folded his body into one of the holes of the ladder. It looked like the dude got decapitated. Like, the dude looked like he died. And then you have Cody Rhodes coming up, grabbing the 2 titles and still retaining his WWE Championship. And then somehow, I don't know if Cody was just losing it, or the tease of heel Cody, or just it was getting to him, and just all of this was too much for him. He's celebrating in the ring on the top rope multiple times, and then he comes over to the announce table. We have Sami Zayn making sure that, you know, Kevin Owens is alright. He's bleeding, he's out of it, and officials are trying to check him. But Cody Rhodes raising both titles and gloating over Kevin Owens, like, see, I won the match. It wasn't you. And just being in this moment, and it's kind of like, what are we teasing here? We had it on Monday Night Raw where we're teasing that this is getting too much for Cody Rhodes, and maybe this match was almost the breaking point for Cody Rhodes. So it's very interesting what they're going to do. But overall, I thought this match was a lot of fun and hit them on a lot of nasty spots in this match. Very interested to see what's the direction they go forward with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. But overall, had a fun time in the ladder match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes for WWE Undisputed title. Then we get into the men's Royal Rumble match. To me, this was a lot of fun, and probably one of the best Royal Rumbles I have seen. So this Royal Rumble won from the surprise and people that came into this Royal Rumble. We had TNA champion Joe Henry making his appearance. So many people try to clown him, thinking he's not going to get a pop. He's not going to this. He comes out and gets a massive pop, and people were so happy to see him. I was happy to see Joe Henry in the Rumble. I thought it was a great moment, and really showing that TNA partnership. It was great. And then you also do it AJ with Styles returning with his old theme. Even though I like both themes, but his old theme is better. AJ Styles is back after like 4 months of being out, coming back, and now potentially him being back in the WWE. All the potential matches we could have, like some stuff you could have with Drew, Roman, Seth, Punk, Cena. We even got the France PLE coming up later this year. Things are going to get interesting with AJ Styles. Then we get into another great moment too, where we have Hiro Tozawa get taken out from Carmelo Hayes, and then you have it where Triple H comes like, you know, we need somebody. We don't have anybody. Speed, go in the Rumble, go in there. And it was different from some celebrity spots. It was just like kind of wasted spot. They actually really did something. High Show Speed really got in an elimination in this Rumble. He helped eliminate Otis with Braun Breaker, barking with Braun Breaker, and then him hitting his Suey, getting his Suey chant with him, and then doing a flip. But man, you see Braun Breaker running them ropes, and freaking he nailed High Show Speed, freaking killed Speed. Like, Speed is like so much smaller than Braun Breaker, and he freaking annihilated High Show Speed. Braun Breaker killed that man. I don't know if Speed sold her well or what, but Speed looked like he got impaled. He looked like that dude was dead, finished. Like, Braun Breaker, that was just one of the nastiest spears I've seen on anybody. I think then too, one of the other things that I was kind of mixed on with this Rumble is why was there no NXT people. Don't get me wrong, the NXT men's division is a bit of a mess right now, but I wasn't surprised that we didn't see Trick Williams or Oba Femi. Even though the division is immense, I still feel like you should have still represented some of the men NXT. I get a lot of people don't watch NXT, but still, NXT is still one of the hottest things right now, and I get the women are carrying that, but the men should still get some spotlight. At least 2 of your biggest stars, like Trick Williams and Oba Femi. Now with the match itself, I thought they did this great because they took 2 completely different halves of this Royal Rumble match. The first 1 to 15 people in the Royal match. They were telling a story of lower mid-cards and mid-carders who got their moments. Like, you started off with Rey Mysterio and Penta, 2 like a dream match right there, and 2 luchador legends being together in the ring. You had Chad Gable, you had Santos, and all these other people that can give you these high-flying, fast-paced moves. You had Braun Breaker, Carmelo, all these people that can give you all these great momentum leading from 1 to 15, letting them all shine and get this complete great moment of showcasing what they are. But we do have to talk about the glaring thing of the whole thing of Penta potentially hitting both of his feet on the floor. It does look, you could, some images look like it's 2 feet, some look like it's 1. Things happen. It sucks that mistakes happen, but we move and we move from that mistake. But overall, this whole first part really got to showcase people who don't have the big star power, but still got to showcase themselves of the in-ring work and all the other stuff to show to the crowd how great they are. I thought that was a very great thing too, and showcasing Penta and everything was great. Like 16 and the rest, it was just all about how stacked this Royal Rumble was. You got from the first part of showcasing people, and then you got to the stacked part. And I thought this was portrayed great. You know, you had Roman Reigns stare off. You had a Jacob Fatu stare off with Braun Breaker. You had a Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker stare off, where, you know, Braun Breaker ends up hitting a spear on Roman, but Roman throws him out. Then you get a moment too where you had Roman Reigns and John Cena getting that stare off. Right when they're staring out, the counterclacks out. Then you have CM Punk come in, have a stare off between all 3. And then you have Seth Rollins' music hits after hit the countdown goes down. And People Love the Hatred goes after CM Punk, takes him down, brawling. But there was one weird moment in this whole Royal Rumble match, and that was Drew McIntyre. It looked like Drew McIntyre got eliminated by Damian Priest, and it looks like that's going to be the WrestleMania match. To me, it was just kind of weird. I felt like he was just a big part of this whole narrative because he got a spot with Roman Reigns and them staring down in the Rumble, and just the whole narrative of him with Roman and Seth and Punk and like Jay. To me, it was just kind of very weird how he got thrown out so easily, and there's reports potentially that, oh, he was mad about it and he stormed off. I think that's just story-wise because he did the same thing at Survivor Series. I don't know, I'm interested to see where they go, but it was a little bit weird with that. But then we end up getting to a moment. We have a stare down between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns in the ring, which was great because of the history with them and the Shield and all of that. And then you have it where Seth's about to eliminate Roman, but Roman tries to throw him over the rope, but he grabs onto Roman, trying to take him out. CM Punk capitalizes, throws them out, but then Logan Paul comes in and throws CM Punk out, which was crazy because I had CM Punk winning, and I think out of all people, throw out CM Punk would be Logan Paul. But then you end up having, well, Seth just loses it. He's done. He's fed up. He goes crazy. I don't even know if there's a heel turn or not. He ends up curve stomping both feet on Roman Reigns onto the floor, which was crazy, doing both feet. That's just gnarly of a stomp. And then brawling with CM Punk, then goes over, arguing with Paul Heyman, flicks him off, and then goes another curve stomp onto the steel steps on Roman Reigns. Like, he was crashing out. He was going crazy. And it makes me very interested to see what are they doing next with Seth Rollins. It makes me so interested to see what's this really gonna evolve, because it looks like potentially Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk triple threat at WrestleMania. Sign me up. But then we get into the final three, which was John Cena, Jey Uso, and Logan Paul. Which then John Cena ends up eliminating Logan Paul. And then we had John Cena, Jey Uso, which John Cena was doing, which then we end up getting to the apron where we don't know who's going to, which is John Cena, is it Jey Uso, is it John Cena, Jey Uso. Then Jey Uso tries to come in, John Cena tries to do the AA, and then Jey Uso is able to go back into the ring and pushes John Cena out, and the shot was just perfect. John Cena in shock, where Jey Uso is your Royal Rumble winner. To me, at first, I was completely shocked. It was a complete swerve, because how they booked Saturday Night's main event, I did not think he had a realistic chance of winning it, especially on his promo on Monday Night Raw after he lost. But Jey Uso ended up winning the Royal Rumble. At first, I was completely shocked. But actually, I'm fine with him winning. I'm actually very happy for the dude. And I'm actually fine with them doing it, because Jey Uso, I think he's fine with being the person to go dethrone Gunther at WrestleMania, win a world title from someone who went from being a tag team person, then all the way beating the IC title and being the main event of Royal Rumble. I know a lot of people are going to be upset and mad about, oh, Jey Uso this, Jey Uso that, but man, I think he deserves it. I think he's fine that he won the Royal Rumble. John Cena did not need the Royal Rumble win. It would have been a better story if he goes on to win the Chamber, even though maybe he don't think he should. Also, dude, the dude doesn't need a third Royal Rumble win, and I get a lot of people who are fans of John Cena, even he's in my top 5 of all time, but I'm completely fine with Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. I think it was a great decision, a right decision, a shocking decision, but I'm very excited to see. We're going to go to Yeet Mania. I think it's a great thing, and I'm very interested to see what are they doing with this Jey Uso story, because I'm invested. I'm excited to see what they do with it, and there's many different things you could do with someone like Jey Uso. To me, this is probably one of the best men's Royal Rumble matches I have seen, and it's definitely it definitely was an amazing and great Royal Rumble. But let me know down in the comments, what was your favorite match of the night, and what was your thoughts on the men's and women's Royal Rumble winner? Let me know down in the comments. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we're gonna have to see what is the aftermath, what is the fallout of the 2025 Royal Rumble, because things are looking very interesting. But that's all for me. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.